right, so the final step in this process is calculating or getting our histogram. So the first thing you have to do is get Excel ready for a histogram. So it doesn't automatically put that into the program. So you're going to need to make sure that it has been uploaded. So you click on File, go to Options, go to Add-ins, go down here where it says Manage. You want Excel Add-ins. You hit Go, and then make sure you check off the Analysis Tool Pack, and there should be a check beside it, and you hit OK. Once you've done that, when you go to your Data tab, over here you'll see this option. This option won't show up unless that has been done. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create our bins for the histogram, and I take a look at my data. And basically a bin is how we're going to sort it. My data goes from 6 to 22, and I'm going to basically clump it in ones. Now when you look at your data for your puzzle cubes blocks, you will need to kind of take a look. You will not want to do one bin for every single measurement. You'll probably want to round it to the second decimal place as opposed to the third decimal place and make your bins that way. So I'm going to do 6, 7, 8. I don't want to keep typing that. That's tedious. So I'm going to highlight those 3 just by clicking and dragging, moving that to plus, and then taking it up to 22. And that is going to be my bins for my histogram. Okay, next I go over here to where it says Data Analyzer, and I click on that. And I want to do a histogram, so I click on histogram. I hit OK. I pick my range numbers I'm going to put into the histogram, so I push this little button right there. Go over here, select my data. Once again, you can type those numbers in as well. Push the little button again to go back. Next, I'm going to enter my bins. Push the little button. Go over here. Go back. I'm going to tell it I didn't highlight my labels, so I do not need to check labels. If I had highlighted my labels, I would have needed to check labels. I am then going to pick my output range. Maybe. There we go. And I'm going to output right there. And then I'm going to basically create a chart. So I click on Chart and I hit OK. And it creates a histogram for us with a chart. So I'm now going to take this, I'm going to move it down here, and instead of titling this histogram, I'm going to double click on here and title this Average Snowfall in Rhode Island. And then it's put my data into bins. As you can see, this data is not normalized, and I can go over here and double check it. So this says that I have 5 numbers that fall between 6 and 7, and if you look right here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers that fall between 6 and 7. This right here means I have 3 numbers that fall between 7.0001 and 8, and if you look here, I have 3 numbers that fall, so it did my histogram correctly. And that pretty much finishes it off. I'm going to make sure that when I print it out, it fits on a page. So I'm going to go over here where it says Page. Sorry, I'm going to go over where it says View. Click on Page Break View, and I can see that it falls nicely on one page. And make sure my histogram is nice, and I'm making the most of my page. It's nice and big. Everything's on there. Kind of just take a look at how it looks. Make sure everything looks okay. Adjust sizes of everything on there. If it doesn't fit on the page, you can always click on that blue line and drag it to adjust it so that it will fit on one page. When you're all done, save it to your OneDrive, then go over here to where it says File, Print, and you will have the Do PDF V7 as your printer. And when you click on that, it'll give you the option to print. We don't want to print just the selected chart. Go back here. Make sure we don't have anything selected.